Well, congrats on the win, and you're into finals now. How does that feel?
Oh, it's a big relief. I must admit, I was sitting in my hotel room today thinking, if we lose tonight and we lose next week, we could miss finals having 14 wins and a draw. Like, that's unheard of. But it's a relief to have that out of the way, and it sort of allows us to plan a little bit forward. I guess we've got to win next week, obviously. Be a chance to finish top 4 if we do. It's a great effort by the group. They've been up for a long, long time. So I think this is our 7th year in a row that we've qualified for finals. That's hard to do, particularly if you're an interstate club, I reckon, because you've got to travel more and there's a few more obstacles, as you would appreciate over here. So, very proud of the group tonight. It was a good team effort against a really informed team, and in a very hostile environment, we were able to produce.
You guys did it the hard way last year from 5th. The lure of top 4 now and the chance to get that, how much is that a driving factor in how?
Yeah, I'm sure it'll drive the group, that desire to finish top 4. I mean, there's probably 1,001 different ways the ladder could end up next week, but we're in control of our own destiny. We've got a home game. We need to improve our form at home. I think with 7 wins and 4 losses at the Gabba this year, and interstate we're, I think, 9 wins, one loss and a draw, and the loss was by less than a goal. So I think we just should travel somewhere and play next week, to be honest.
You needed to get a good start today. Zach Bailey, particularly in that first quarter, he was outstanding in midfield and running forward.
Yeah, he was awesome. We played him as an inside mid tonight more than... He's been playing wing most of the year, and with Lockie out and a few other things going on, we just thought we'd throw Zach in there. He was really good there in the second half last week, and I think he's been itching to get in there and have a go, and he made the most of that opportunity. He was dynamic tonight.
The stakes tonight, Chris, I guess for both teams...
What's that, mate, sorry?
The stakes of the game tonight, with both teams needing to win to play finals. How did you handle that with your group?
Didn't really talk about it, to be honest. We just sort of talked about what we needed to do tonight to win the game. We're sort of way more process orientated. I mean, I'm sure the players knew, but I didn't make too big a deal of that. I sort of pumped up the fact that we travel well, that when we get into these sorts of games in, as I said before, hostile environments. We've beaten Geelong at Geelong this year, and Collingwood at the MCG, and Hawthorn at the MCG. So we just thought, well, Fremantle at Optus Stadium is right up our alley. So it's more just building the confidence levels up and helping them to believe that they could come here and get the job done.
Took 159 marks.
Yep.
Tonight. Were you always confident that was going to be the way of getting through this model?
I know it's a talking point. It wasn't something that we talked about a great deal during the build-up to the game. I mean, we're a team that do like to get uncontested marks and own the footy, but probably not that many. And I thought in the first quarter in particular, we're probably going backwards and sideways a little bit too much. But probably as it turned out, it's not a bad way to defend. Just keep possession of the footy. So sort of helped us. They had to stand on the mark a lot, and I guess that wears you out a little bit. So, but I can't sit here and say we said let's get 30 uncontested marks every quarter. It's just the way the game panned out.
Leicester welcomed him back this week after, I think he had concussion, was it? He missed last week. Just his performance, and you missed him last week against Sydney, and then tonight even like a smothered goal on the goal line. He kicks his first goal in 3 years or something like that. He's important to you.
Oh, he is. That was inspirational what he did in the goal square, and so happy for him that he kicked his goal. He's a guy that's gotten better with age, really, and there's no doubt last week against Sydney we really missed him, and we really missed Brandon Starcevic in our back line. We're just a little bit young and inexperienced, and the group hadn't played together much because we'd already lost Jack Payne and Noah Answorth a little bit earlier in the year, so it was just a bit much. I think we had 4 of our defenders that played in the grand final last year missing, and there's no doubt that was a little bit costly for us last week, but it was good to have those 2 back tonight.
And just on Dunkley, Fremantle's midfield is very important, and with Lockie Neal out, his performance tonight on Sarong and Brayshaw at times, how important was he?
Oh, he's always important, Josh Dunkley. I mean, we've played in the last 2 grand finals. Funny thing, he's been at our club for 2 years. I've said this many times. before, I'll say it again, he's the best two-way midfielder in the competition. Like, his preparedness to put pressure on, chase, smother, tackle, harass, it's just amazing. And I just wish it was more rated in this game. I mean, we talk about, guys for all Australian sides, and his name probably rarely ever gets mentioned. But from the time he arrived at our club, if you add his disposals with his pressure acts every week, he's number one in our team, week after week after week. And he sets a brilliant example in being able to play defensively in a way that's just outstanding.
And it was sad to see Berry get injured. Is it a dislocated shoulder, and how serious does it work?
Yes, I don't know the full extent. Obviously, there'll be scans and stuff like that. It didn't look good, but sometimes they can find a way to strap them up and get them through the season and have an operation at the end of the year. So I'm not 100% sure on that. Not ideal. He's been one of our better players this year. Very reliable leader. So fingers crossed for him.
Has his shoulder popped out a few times over the journey, and has he been able to...
Oh, his other shoulder he's had operated on.
Yeah.
So that one's popped out.
Okay.
Now the other one's popped out.
Yeah. And how was he? I mean, it's so close to finals for him to do it.
He's okay. I had a quick chat to him. So we'll just see how it all pans out in the next few days.
Chris, how excited are you about Logan Morris? He's obviously a kid who's just building every week. That's a really high stakes game out there against a really top-notch defence, and he stands up and shines.
Yeah, he's been a real surprise packet. I mean, he's in his second year. He doesn't look like a second-year player, does he? I don't know, what has he kicked, 40-odd goals this year now, 44, 45 goals. He's kicked some bags this year. And the good part about it is he doesn't get carried away with himself. Sometimes, he's had a lot of attention paid to him because he's performed so well. But he seems to have been able to take that in his stride and goes out every week and is always dangerous for the opposition and a real target for us. So we're pretty happy we've got him. We're really wrapped with our group of young players. We've got 6 or 7 out there tonight, 22 years of age or younger. The future of our club's in good hands if those guys continue to develop the way that they are at the moment. I'm talking about the 2 Ashcrofts. Sam Marshall I thought was good tonight. Kyle Loman wasn't there, but hopefully he'll be back next week. Logan, Darcy Wilmot, they're good young players that have got very bright futures.
Zorko milestone next week. Good one to have. Will you use that in the build-up to the game? Big game,
Yeah.
top 4 up for grabs. Zorko, 300th game.
Yeah, it's his 300th game. We always use those in our build-up. I mean, I think it's a full-on week this week. There'll be a few highlights tapes done because Zorko's playing his 300th, Charlie Cameron's playing his 250th, and Herrick Hipwood's playing his 200th. So I wish they could be spread out because I love one every single week. It's the best way to do it. It's going to take us all week. We'll have to do one on Tuesday, one on Thursday, and one on Friday, I reckon. But anyway, it's a nice problem to have. Thanks.
Thanks.